everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today we are going to be talking about 5 ways that you can continue finding yourself after a relationship. Now, as you can see in the title, I'm sure you clicked on this video for a reason. I'm mainly wanting to hit, just getting out of the relationship or trying to get over a really long lasting relationship that, ended a couple months ago and you still have no idea what to do, or whatever situation that you may be in. Hopefully these tips may help you out in any which way that they can. Don't forget, y'all, I really and truly, I am so thankful for everything that I've been through, and so because it's definitely taught me a lesson, and so hopefully I can help anybody that's out there, even if it is just one person. So let's get right on into it. When you first get out of a relationship, if it ends bad or if it ends good, block them, especially if you're trying to heal. It doesn't even matter, even if it is temporary. Like, okay, I say to block them on every single social media platform. Even if you have like an okay relationship with them afterwards, you can tell them like, hey, I need to heal, so you're just not gonna have to talk to me for a little bit here. In whatever way possible that you can, live as if they do not exist, right? Live as if it's gonna be hard, but live as if none of that really ever happened. And so I don't want to say to completely bury it. That's not what I mean at all. When I say live as if it never really happened, I'm trying to say that you have to put yourself in the position to block them out, to block out the pain, to block out the hurt, and to block out all the missed feelings and all the love that was there. Because if you constantly see that on a basis, you're constantly going to be thinking back of the past. I know that I have my fair share of, blocking somebody when it was too late. When I would always see something on social media, I'm like, oh, that's shade. They're throwing shade, right? So why are they throwing shade? Or like things that are just really hurtful that sometimes people just do to hurt you on purpose because they know that you're going to see it. They know that they're trying to elicit a reaction from you. When you're healing, you really don't need to have any contact with that person at all, with your partner or your ex-partner by any means, because how are you going to move on forward if you're constantly dealing with things that was in the past? One thing that I've come to learn is that being friends with an ex does not always work. And so you gotta really give yourself time to allow that to work. Another tip that I would like to say is to figure out what you love, even if it's similar to what your ex-partner liked as well. So prime example, right? Say you absolutely love an artist. Say you really love Lizzo, right? And you discovered Lizzo when you guys were in that awesome relationship. They loved Lizzo from the jump. Like, they knew Lizzo from the underground, and so you two bonded off of Lizzo. But once you guys broke up, now you're wondering, a lot of these songs remind me of Lizzo. Like, I don't want to listen to Lizzo. But one thing that I'm trying to tell you, listen to Lizzo. See for sure if you're actually a fan of Lizzo, and make new memories with that new artist. Does that make sense? Like, especially if you're in a relationship for a long period of time, it's hard to figure out. Sometimes you get so wrapped in that person that like you end up losing yourself. And I know that that was my problem at the time as well. Like, everyone knew where my ex-partner started, but no one, like, I didn't know where I started or where I ended because I was so wrapped up in my ex-partner, you know what I mean? So I was like, after the breakup, I was going through everything. I was trying to figure out, where do I start? Where do I end? Where do I begin? Who am I? Because I was, very, very much so very influenced by the person I was with. And so a lot of the things that I was doing in my healing was trying to figure out, what did I like? Did I genuinely like this for, the long run? What are my goals? Do I genuinely want to do these goals? Or are these goals that I thought that they would have liked me to have? You know what I'm saying? And so during that process, I learned that like I genuinely love certain artists that I listen to today, which gave me an outlet to like loving Tupac and Biggie, my favorite artists ever. Like, I loved them before, but as I was listening to different music, I'm like, wow, this is what I really love. Like, I was learning in different genres what I loved the most. Writing, I absolutely love writing. I love writing down my feelings as well because it helps me heal. I'm not gonna show anybody, but you know, it just helps me feel at the end of it helps me heal at the end of the day, and it helps me feel, yes. As well as, you know, for a while, ever since I was a little kid, right, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. But as I got older and as I had different influences, you know, affecting me, like however harsh, I ended up becoming dissuaded for my personal goals. And so when I was kind of by myself and when I was single and I was like thinking in my head, like, okay, what about your career? And then I told myself, I really don't want to regret anything, so I'm at least gonna try for law school. I'm at least gonna take the LSAT and see how excited I get, see where I'm at, see if things go well. And if things go well for me, then I'm gonna go. And I'm not gonna go like just on a full ride. That would be awesome, but I'm gonna go regardless. And if I end up bombing the LSAT after taking it 2 times, because that's my goal, like I want to take it twice, and if I end up bombing it, then it's just like, okay, maybe it's not for me. Maybe God is not leading me down that path. And God will let you know which path you're supposed to go down. He's gonna let you know when people are supposed to be chapters in your life and when people are supposed to be, you know, there for the long run. So that's why I'm saying, learn what you love. And if it is similar to what your ex-partner loved, I'm not telling you to take that away. I'm not telling you to say, well, there's too many memories with that, so I can no longer love that anymore. No, I'm telling you to create your own memories. Which leads me to my next point. Discover who you are. And when I say that, I mean, think about your roots, your core values, your inner foundation. What made you you before your ex-partner, before the breakup, before you guys even got together? What attracted that person to you? Who were you then? What was your foundation? What was your core? And to give you a couple examples of what my core was or what my foundation was, I'm someone who does not really like heavy things. Like, I don't like to have weight on my shoulders. I love having a great time. I love experiencing a great time. I just love bonding with people. In my inner core, I love making others feel great about themselves. I love helping people out. I never want to make anyone feel like they are alone. And I had to revamp myself, and I have to say, okay, not revamp myself, but remind myself that, Whitney, this is who you are. Why did you lose this person? Like, what happened to this person, right? And so that's why I'm telling you to discover who you are. We often lose ourselves because we become so in love with somebody else, but that's not the point of being in love and being in a relationship. The point isn't to lose yourself so much that you do not even recognize who you are anymore. You're changing your goals, you're changing everything to fit their lifestyle. That is literally one of the key signs that you have to, you know, look out for when you're in a relationship as well, because if you're morphing to their own ideals, maybe you need to take a step back and say, whoa, wait, hold on. I'm losing my foundation here. And it's a hard thing to recognize, because then you're wondering, okay, was I childish back then? Like, have I grown at all? And you have to also realize you have grown. You just also masked it with something else because you wanted to be a different person than who you truly are. While you're single, and even if you get into the next relationship, do not allow yourself to mask up your own identity, and also be firm and vigilant in the person that you are, so that way nobody can ever tell you who you are and you believe it, unless you truly define yourself for yourself. You genuinely are going to find someone that loves you for every single bit of you. And healthy relationships exist, okay? They exist. Another one, find your peace. When I say to find your peace, I am genuinely meaning know your self-worth. Know that you will never ever let anybody ever treat you like what your ex-partner ever treated you like before, right? If things ended badly, if things ended mutually, learn from that relationship, but also understand that you deserve to be treated right. When you tell someone, you know, this is what I'm looking for in a relationship, that they expect nothing less, and you're not going to handle anything less than what you deserve and what you expect, right? Even if we end up, you know, breaking up out of good relationships, breaking out of bad relationships, breaking out of mutual relationships, or just breaking up in general, there needs to be a pathway to understanding that you are going to find peace. You are going to be happy again. You are going to find someone who is, you know, just so amazing. And I don't want your peace to be oh, I'm just going to find someone who's so amazing, so I'm going to be miserable until I find that person. No. Learn what makes you happy in this realm and do everything that makes you happy. Because if you are genuinely yourself, your originality, your original, authentic person, that is the most attractive thing that anyone can ever see, ever. Understanding your worth means understanding that you are never going to put up with lying, with cheating, with stealing, with just bull crap, right? We're never ever going to deal with that again. And that person who's coming into your life is going to see that reflect off of you, and they're going to be less inclined to mess with you, and they're probably going to leave because they know that they can't take you and just manipulate you in any which way that they can. You got to have that backbone, girl. Like, we got to be, you know, strong out here. This one is kind of a hard one because we're just in a terrible place at the moment. Do not fool yourself into believing in a false reality. And maybe I could say that differently, right? Don't make up solutions to your problem that you know are not going to work. Another thing that I could probably say, try to avoid false hope. So a lot of times when things may go wrong, we may say, or like break up in a relationship, right? There may be a point in time where, you know, you're telling yourself, we're just going to get back together again. Or he didn't mean that, he'll call me tonight. Or things like, you know, I'm just going to wait for his call, he's going to call me anyways. Or I'm going to hit him up and he's going to say that he apologizes and we're just going to get right back together. Having those defined solutions and taking those solutions and believing in them wholeheartedly will completely destroy your soul when they don't happen. Because now what? What's going to happen next now that, you know, all that hope in that one thing did not happen? What are you going to do next? Are you just going to wait? Be like, oh, wow. Okay, maybe not today, but he's definitely going to want me back next week. Okay, not next week, but he's definitely going to want me back in like a couple months. It's been a year, boo. What's wrong? Oh, because you've been holding on to this dude that doesn't want you, told you he didn't want you, and you're still making up a false reality. Creating fake solutions and creating false hope will not help you in any way possible. It's moving backwards rather than forward. Being single is okay. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Being by yourself does not have to be a problem. My counselor one day told me that when you hold on to a water bottle so tight, you're holding on to that thing and you're constricting it, and all it's asking for is air, right? And so when you hold on to something so tight, you are actually losing that person. Why? Because they're feeling confined. They're not feeling like they can do anything with you. They're feeling like they're always in trouble. When you hold on to something so tight and you're afraid of losing it, in turn, you will end up losing that one thing because you took it upon yourself to create a solution that was never going to happen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, oh my God. So like, I wish I had these tips for me when I was going through my little thing, because like I went through like bad breakups and numerous times, yo, and like it's not fun. It's not a great time, and I know like they kind of get sometimes they get easier as you go along depending on the, you know, depth and the severity. I feel like I experienced everything there is to know like about relationships in my short period of time of dating, because like I got like everything ever since I was 15 to now, right? Like I got the worst relationships. I got the guy who only wanted me for sex, never got it. I got the guy who was just horrible, you know, and then I got good ones, and then I didn't even date that much, so it's just like, wow, I got them all in a short amount of time. And then at the end I got a really great relationship, so it's just like at least I experienced the really great relationship, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully I helped you guys in any way that I can. I hope. Don't forget, my name is Whitney, and if you have any, you know, situations that you're going through, you can send it to my email. It's on the screen and it's also in the description box below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss when I post a new video, and give me a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.